What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Kane and Ross present the Yeah I Said It podcast. We're expressing what our full capabilities until they might want us in correctional facilities. Brainchild of my child, I am the dad half of this operation, Ross Cooper. As always, I am rocking with the best. Introduce yourself to the folk.
Even when it's free and ain't cheap. Yeah, well, what's up, everybody? Everybody's having a great day, week, month, year, and all that good stuff. And you know what to do. Share with your friends, your enemies, your dog, your cat, whatever, your neighbors. Do that for me, please. I appreciate it. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're just listening, just to listen, appreciate your support. Keep it up. So let's get to it.
Word. Please, as you said, like, share, subscribe, hit us up. Yeah, I said a podcast on Facebook as well, on Twitter as well. We love the interaction, love the conversation. I am rocking a Defend Black Womanhood shirt. I've had to bring it back because we're going to do a little bit of defending the Black womanhood on this show today. But we are going to start with a kind of in case you missed it thing. See, I'm going to give you a little bit of preamble. The running belief for some folks of this show is, well, we have an issue with police because there are racist cops that kill black people and blah, blah, blah. That is very true if you're only half paying attention. If you pay full attention, which I think a good majority of our listeners do, you understand we have said for a good long while, no, the racial component just exacerbates what we already know to be true, is that pigs are a problem. That's one. Two, Chris Cuomo of New York said something a little while ago, and you and I both have said, I really hope it's not the case. But Chris Cuomo said the only way we start seeing change, we start seeing real action, is if more white kids get killed. And that was a bold statement, especially coming from a white guy. Well, unfortunately, that is exactly what has happened. And what is scary is I'm not hearing a lot of major news coverage anywhere about it. I don't know if you have, but in Arkansas, a young man, 17-year-old by the name of Hunter Brittain, was shot and killed back in June, last month. I'm reading the article here, June 23rd to be exact. Now, here's how the story goes based on reports, based on what happened here. Hunter, by all accounts, by everything that was mentioned, was a great young man. I got to admit here, I will try to limit my bias because it's interesting whenever a black person is killed by the cops, the first thing they do is find dirt. But neither here nor there. I will talk about how the media is complicit in all of this. But Hunter was a great young man. He was actually up early working on his truck, working on his transmission with a friend of his. This is important. They drove the truck and going somewhere. And this is weird. It's like 5 a.m. ish, real early in the morning. And we're pulled over by a pig. And the truck would not stay in park. Remember that part about working on the transmission? That's where this comes into play. Truck would not stay in park. Hunter gets out the truck and runs towards the back to put something behind the wheel so the truck doesn't hit the pig's car. And somehow in that, Hunter gets shot and killed. We go to somehow because the pig did not turn on their body cameras. As my co-host and my wonderful son has said numerous times, how effective are body cameras if you can actually manipulate them and turn them on and off? His friend was with him, may or may not have seen everything, but did see his friend's body, laying there. And the pig has since been fired because they didn't have a body camera on. I think I just found this story and I thought it was important for us to talk on it and use our platform to shed light on it a little bit and help get a little more traction. But there's a lot, at least to me, there's a lot to unpack here. But I'm gonna let you do the Jeter thing. I'm gonna let you lead off. Based on what you know of this story, what we've talked about, what do you think, man?
I think it's a bunch of BS. And yeah, it's forever. F the POLIC forever. NWA voice. But yeah, like you said, sadly, I hate to say this, and I don't mean disrespect, but there's going to have to be some more white people being sacrificed for us to get to where we need to get to. Because, like you said, I seen it across social media, but it wasn't like breaking news. Like if it was a black dude or a black person or a person of color, it'd have been more out there because it fits the narrative that they want to portray. That it's just white cops killing black people, and that's not the case. We've been saying, like you said from the beginning, that we hate all cops no matter what color you are because the color that you wear is blue. And I'm sorry, I'm not a blood, but I don't like blue. So, like, nah, like it wasn't. I don't know what more to say because we've said a lot on cops and pigs, and you know that we hate them with all of our heart. I don't have hatred in my heart, but I do have some hatred towards them. Um, it's just sad. Like I said, I don't know why, because really, basically, the pig, like you said, got fired for not killing somebody. It's because you didn't have your footage on. So you're not even really being held accountable, really. And there's no charges being brought to him right now, but hopefully that he will be charged and they will take it to court so he can get sentenced, hopefully. But as of right now, it's like, yeah, it should be a law that we for camera footage that you should not be able to turn them off at all. They should be on at all times. Because if they're not, then what's the point of having them?
And I mean, it's just layer after layer with this. Like one, it is not. I'm not placing blame per se, but one, it goes back to like I said, black person gets killed. The first thing they do is try to justify it. The first thing they do is go digging in his record. Um, and before they say, well, no, that was adults. Remember, this is a 17-year-old kid that got killed by the pigs. Tragic, absolutely tragic. But when Trayvon got killed, when Mike Brown got killed, the first thing they wanted to do was try to paint this picture of them being some kind of thugs. So it's not just an age thing. Because what I hear from a lot of primarily white people about George Floyd is how, well, he was a drug addict. Blah 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 blah. He was a drug. Okay, cool. Well, you got a dead 17-year-old white kid. And interesting, the only reports are coming out that he's a good kid. Now, here's the thing. I'm not disputing that fact. Based on what I've read, it seems like he was a good kid. And there's no reason for him to be dead right now. The same way there's no reason for our kids to be dead right now. And I can't help but notice how the media treats this differently in two ways. One, no smear campaign. Nothing has come out saying, Hunter smoked some weed when he was in 8th grade. Nothing about how he got an F on a report card or something like that. None of that. All accounts said he was a great kid. Then two, like you said, the reality situation is if this was a white cop and a black kid, this would be everywhere. BLM would be everywhere. Protests would be everywhere. So I hate to say how some people say this is a media creation, in the sense of they say this whole thing with the cops is a matter of the media. Don't let them divide you. This is one of those awkward situations where they kind of sort of have a point, because since the media is not running this all over the place, there's no Chris Cuomo, there's no your man Anderson. Jeez, I can't, his name completely escapes my mind right now. Anderson Cooper, no one's on Fox News trying to denounce it. It's not everywhere. We're not talking about it. And here's my question to you. Because I was thinking, again, I've been thinking about this from multiple angles. Shouldn't we be out there protesting with them? In the same way we ask for whites to be our allies against injustice. This is injustice. This is, from all appearances, a pig killing someone that they shouldn't have. Shouldn't we be out there protesting with them?
Yeah, but like you said, the flip side to that is this isn't getting much coverage. So how many people actually know this happened to do it? if you're not in that area, if you're not the family, how much do you really know that this happened? Because this is not, like you said, like we both said, on Broad Street coverage everywhere, CNN, every news coverage, everything. This happened. It was like an article. I just seen a little article pop up and I was like, oh, okay, damn, that's fucked up. But it wasn't like most people weren't talking about it because most people probably don't know. But if it was on the front street news and everybody did know, hell yeah, we should be standing with them because we in the same fight. We on the same team, really. It's us versus blue. That's what it really is. So yeah, I agree with you. We should be standing with them. And from what you told me, they're doing some other tactics that we have yet to pull out yet. But yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, I'm glad you brought that up. That's another layer to this that I think is also is worth noting. Apparently, the office, the department where the pig works, this pig has gotten death threats. This pig has gotten threats to have his family killed, have his family raped, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh my god.
And I mean,
I shouldn't be smiling, but
no, I'm not, because hypothetically speaking, it's some whack jobs in this world that'll take things and run with it.
right.
Clearly, some folk in Arkansas that ain't with the shits, and they take like clearly some folks. And so again, because you and I talked about when we see this footage in black neighborhoods, and the inherent issue there. One of the issues is, of course, these pigs have no fear about what they do to us. Even in our own neighborhoods, there is absolutely no fear of reprisal, of repercussions, nothing. It's two pigs, it's 40 of us, 39 of us sitting around here watching the one other person, getting beat to hell. And there's nothing. They no fear. Now, on the contrary, apparently this pig is gonna have to go into PC or something, because they is saying not just you, but your family. There needs to be, and I get how some people, oh my God, that's wrong, that's wrong. I'll put it this way. The wrong here is the harm, if any, should never extend to one's family.
Right. That part I agree
Yeah,
with.
the harm here should not, you should not be talking about
that's a little too
raping his
far.
family.
Yeah,
Like you should not be talking about raping his family. Like that's crazy.
That's a little too far. But the pig himself, yeah, I'm with that.
I got no remorse there.
None.
And say what you will. If you're gonna be mad at me, have at it.
Pretty
because
much.
Again, if you did your job, we're not here.
Exactly.
It's very simple.
Pretty much. Yes, sir.
The joke that's not a joke. There ain't no song called "Fuck the Fire Department."
Nope.
Just saying.
Nope.
There's no song called "Fuck the Fire Department." There's no song called "Fuck the Paramedics."
Nope.
Just saying. But there needs to be, when you decide you want to be judge, jury, and executioner, and more often than not, while the pigs themselves are problematic, it is statistically shown the problem is against Black people more often than not, brown people more often than white. When you decide to be judge, jury, and executioner, and you get it wrong, that comes with repercussions. And if the law of the land continues to give you a pass, then, in the immortal words of Nas, let the streets be the courts and corners hold the trial. Let the streets be the courts and corners hold the trial. Because if I can't count on the laws as they are written to get justice, accountability, then what choice do we have to keep things as fair and equal when it comes to policing?
Right.
So no, I don't think anything should be extended to this pig's family. That's extra right there, yo.
That's some hardcore stuff right there, bro. But I mean, the message is sent though. I mean, it might not be what you want to hear, but the message is sent. Like, we ain't playing with you, dog. We not playing with you. Like, so not even a little bit.
Because see, Here's where this gets real fun. He ain't a pig no more.
Yeah, you got no more protection.
You're not a pig anymore.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you getting death threats and you a pig is one thing. It's like, you ain't a pig no more, homie.
Right.
So
You're an
that
average
that
citizen.
that ooh.
Yeah. You might want to hide yourself until your court date.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Like but I do believe for those of us that do know, and that's why I want to use the platform we do have to put that out there. The racism within the police force is obvious. The police force was created because of racism, right? Fast forward a couple hundred years to where we are now, statistically, the racism is still there, but the problem overall are the pigs. Make no mistake about it. I am just as pissed off as when Floyd died, as when as numerous other black people died, because the problem is the pigs themselves. It's not just white pigs versus black people, white
Nope.
pigs versus brown people. It is pigs versus
The people.
everybody.
The people. Right. Judge
So
Dredd.
yeah, y'all all think you're Judge Dredd. That is most apropos. Shout out to you for the Judge Dredd reference. But that is apropos. But yeah, if we know it, we need to be speaking out about it. We need to be protesting as well. They are literally what happens when you try to cure a plague with a scourge. And this is what we have. They don't make things safer. They don't act no. So we're gonna shift gears a little bit. I said I wore this shirt for a reason. I said we had to talk about defending black womanhood. We are going to start with Miss Gwen Berry. So Gwen Berry, sister, awesome sister, hammer thrower, and she caught some heat last week because she turned her back when they played the American anthem. How dare you? How dare you turn your back while they play the anthem to this great country that is giving you this opportunity to represent in the Olympics? How dare you, you ungrateful athlete? We shouldn't support you.
Go back to Africa if you don't like it.
Yeah, that is the popular one. Well, if you don't like it, you can leave. As I've always said,
You
you
first.
first, motherfucker. But but Caucasus Mountains that way,
Yep.
that way.
We on the
But
same boat.
right, but I do believe it's been reported she lost a few sponsors. I do know personally, I've seen a couple white folk on my timeline play that tired ass, ungrateful athlete, spoiled athlete trope and blah blah. And I'm like, I don't. We have said that the repercussions aside, the commitment to racism at this point is amazing. Like you have to commit. You have to be completely blinders on, oblivious to facts. We live in the information age. If you still somehow don't understand why people sit where they're sit, it's because you just don't want to, not because the information isn't there. So someone had to ask why the national anthem made her uncomfortable. I'm laughing because it's like you really had to.
Yep.
And her response: history. If you know your history, you know the full song of the national anthem. By the way, these are probably the same assholes that had a problem with Cap too. So let's pay attention, shall we? The third paragraph speaks to slaves in America, our blood being slain all over the floor. That's a quote from Berry, and she appeared on the Black News Channel. It's disrespectful, and it does not speak for Black Americans. It's obvious. There's no question. So, so
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
boom, boom. So who are these? I really want to do a little homework. I should have did more homework. Who are these sponsors that dropped her? Because the facts of the matter is exactly what she said. It is a racist ass song that speaks to slavery. We should have never, as black kids, been singing the damn Pledge of Allegiance. We should have never been singing the national anthem. Love you, Whitney Houston, but you shouldn't have done it. I know I'm gonna get my ass roasted for that one, but it's cool. Yeah, I said it. We gonna say the things that shouldn't be said here out loud, out loud. There's no reason we should ever have been singing the national anthem. I get, yeah, people remember Whitney's performance in the Super Bowl, Bills versus Giants. That's still a sore spot for me, wide right. But anywho, that should have been the one we won. That should have been when the Bills won on top of the second one against Dallas. But without going off topic, these are things we shouldn't have been touched at all. And I am dumbfounded because, like I said, I've seen personally some white folks online on Facebook talking about she's such a spoiled athlete and she doesn't deserve and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, what? Because I thought a motherfucker that rep the country that stole the land said something. I'm sorry, what? Come again? Because all this shit is stolen. And if you don't believe that, if you just want to pretend that didn't happen, as we talked about a couple weeks ago, half of Oklahoma just went back to its original owners. If you return the land back to its original owners, just how much would you own, white people? Just asking.
Going back here. But,
like, please, by all means, jump in, sir. What'd you think? She turned her back on the anthem and got a little heat for it. What you think, sir?
man, like I said, man, racism and mental retardation and stupidity are a direct synonym. Because this is just real stupid. Like, if you knew the history, like she pointed out that it's a racist part that they took out, then yeah, like why should we stand for something or show patriotism to a country who doesn't really see us as citizens or at that time didn't really see us as human beings? We were a half a person or a fourth of a person. So yeah, nah, like I'm with her. Like I said, I hated the freaking Pledge of Allegiance. I still hate the national anthem. I turn the channel every time I see it. And if I'm at sporting events, I'm not putting my hand on my heart and looking at the damn flag. I don't care. The flag has blood on it. It's not because of the red stripe. But
so you that bold? You I'm about to ask you. So you that bold? So if you know where you live, if you go to an Orioles game, they say please stand for the national anthem. You ain't standing up.
I don't know. It depends how I
feel. Oh, boo! I don't know. Oh,
I don't know. I'm not. If I'm standing, I'm not putting my hand on my heart and looking at the flag. I'm gonna look at the field. But
I'll stand it all.
I mean,
I'll stand it all.
I don't know.
I'm sitting right there. I'll stand it all. F your flag. F your anthem.
Hey. I don't feel like fighting the whole stadium. Like,
you're gonna be about that life. You're gonna be about that revolutionary life.
I don't feel like fighting the whole goddamn stadium, right?
Chairman
I'm violent. I'm not that damn violent. But
Chairman Fred is turning over in his grave. Forgive him, Chairman Fred. I'm trying. I'm trying. You know what I mean? I'm trying to raise a revolutionary.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey. It depends on my mood, really. I'm not like I said, I'm not putting my hand on my heart and looking at the flag and saluting everybody. Like I'm not doing all that shit. I know.
The mood is racism, sir. The mood is racism. You gotta fight that. The mood is racism.
All right.
Can't be standing up.
All right. Whenever you go to your next sporting event, I want to see your ass stay seated and see what happens.
I actually just went to a WNBA game, but I missed the opening tip. But I definitely would have been sitting in my chair. But that's what's up, though. Shout out to the WNBA because they always been with the shits. They always been with the protests. They always been about the people, particularly black people. Don't want to get off topic though. But yeah, I'm not. And I
Like I
get
said,
it.
I'm not looking at the flag at all. I never did look at the flag. I always just either look straight or turn to the side or just look at everybody else.
I'm taking my hat off. I'm not standing up for your
Yeah, I'm not taking my
anthem.
hat off either. Not doing any of that. Yeah, I have my hood on or whatever I got on, it's staying on. I'm not doing all the extra shit. Y'all crazy, but yeah, like man, it really. I wish I could really be this stupid. I really do, because then being plugged away from the matrix is real stressful. It really is stressful. Because when you start thinking about things with COVID vaccines and blah 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 and all this extra other shit, conspiracies and all that, it's really tiring, dog. Like I really wish I can be this stupid and just block out everything and just be singularly focused on one thing. I wish I can do that. Because boy, I bet you that is so refreshing. Like you could just sit there, be in your own little bubble with your own little friends,
Hey,
drinking
dude,
some
just
Bud
do it, bro.
Light, smoking some joints, probably on crack. But I mean, this
Where the crack come?
this this
Dude.
is man, this is America, man. It pays to just be stupid and racist, man. It really does.
It
Or
does.
just stupid and ignorant. You ain't even gotta be racist. You just be stupid and ignorant. So like I wish I could be like that, man. I really do. I'm tired of being outside the matrix. I want to go back. Take me home.
You
Take me
can't
home.
get, you know, you saw in the movie, man. Once you out, you can't go back in the Matrix, man.
Bullshit.
You can't go back in the Matrix.
I want a refund.
You can't go back in the Matrix. Like Morpheus said to Neo, ironically, we're having this conversation. You know, but even if you could, would you want to? Like knowing what you know now, even if you could, would you want to? No.
No,
I,
but
I
like I
right.
said, it'll just be it'll make life. It just seems like life would be so less stressful or easier.
Agreed. I can't deny that part, but it's like I just never wanted to be a sheep and blame me because I never wanted you to be a sheep. I just wanted you to ask questions. Ask questions, analyze the facts, come to your own conclusion. And I think the caveat with that is you have to the implication that I think a lot of people miss is ask objective questions. If you ask questions to try to only prove your pre-existing viewpoint, you're not really being objective. So, like I said, when you and I have gone through this whole COVID thing top to bottom, when you look at it objectively, I can see where what the information we've been given adds out. It's just a matter of do you believe what you're being told? And the answer for me, and I think it's for you, is a resounding hell no. Like, hell no, I don't believe all that.
Nope.
But circling back to where we started, yeah, the sister, thank you for putting them on game. I don't understand. That is the dumbest thing ever. Like, well, why would you have a problem with the national anthem? What? What? Why would Palestinians have an issue with Israelis? Why would you? Why would Jews have an issue with Nazi Germany? What? What? Are you that stupid to?
Do we need air to breathe? Yeah. Yeah. Sky blue? Yeah, probably.
You know, why would a gazelle have a problem with a lion? Really? We're stupid ass. This is the information age, and I gotta admit, it is amazing to me, even in this information age, how whiteness thrives in the way that it does, how white supremacy thrives in the way that it does, and it thrives off ignorance. Like I'm one, I don't really debate facts, and to not understand, I get not understanding all of the inner workings because the deeper you dive into trying to understand it, like you said, the more you get unplugged from the matrix, the deeper you dive, the scarier it gets when you start just looking at how white supremacy works and the ways it affects everything. But on a cursory level, just without even having to deep dive, on a regular level of, hey, this is the world as we know it. Here's the reason why, and the reason why is really shitty. I don't get how people to this day, I don't get how certain white people in this country don't understand that. I get the willful ignorance, as in To me, it's a difference of, well, no, I get it. I'm just trying to maintain my power. I understand that one because that makes sense. That kind of makes sense. Like, oh, I totally understand how the white world works. And since I'm white, I'd much rather keep that power here versus the blind defending of dumb shit. Like I said, girl I know from Baltimore posted on her page about this whole situation, and it wasn't just that she posted; it was all other because the truth, the truth is in the comment section. The truth is in the comment section, right? And all of the comments agreeing with her. She's just a spoiled athlete and better. One, if it's anybody in this universe, if we're gonna play that game that needs spoiling, it's black women. Given all the shit they get put through in this hellified country. If
Bottom
it's
of the
anybody,
totem pole.
and see what we need to do as brothers is understand the bottom is actually the foundation. Lesson. But
Mm, mm.
like, see, white supremacy system, right? The white supremacy system sees that you're at the bottom of the totem pole. The reality situation is if you're looking at a pyramid, the base of it is the foundation, and everything gets built on top of it. How
Mm,
ironic.
mm. That
How,
wow. I did not think of. Look at you, man, dropping some dimes, boy. Look at your Magic Johnson self, boy. Look at you.
ah! It all comes from black women. So you put them in the bottom of the totem pole. I actually see as the foundation. There's a little difference there.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just it's amazing to me how not only she posted, but there's all the support for her being a spoiled athlete and grateful and because I don't want to stand for your racist ass anthem that you have not corrected. Because again, if we tearing down white supremacist idols, like we're gonna talk at some point, Mount Rushmore needs to go. All these schools named after all these racist ass Confederate generals need to go. We need to start getting these faces off money. I get it, paper money is being phased out, but get these faces off money. And this is where you start to understand, you got to start understanding this is how deep the rabbit hole goes. There are very few things that racism doesn't touch. Whenever you say goofy shit like founding fathers, you mean all them racist white motherfuckers? All them? All them? Oh, the Constitution, written by racist white motherfuckers? Oh, we hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal. Yeah, literally, they were talking about white men and white men only. It's like it doesn't. There's very little that white supremacy and racism doesn't touch. We just exist within the system, and I am amazed at how many white people just miss that. Like you do understand all of this shit was pretty much set up for white people, primarily white men, to excel and subjugate everyone else, women included. So, but shit, Trump got more white women votes in 2020 than in 2016. So, hey, what do I know? What do I know? All right. Moving forward to further kind of sort of a little bit defending black womanhood. And I apologize because I still don't know. I've heard both versions, so I'm going to say Sha'carri or Sha'carri Richardson. Um, Black woman track star sensation has been suspended because of a positive marijuana test. She has the ability, quite possibly, to run the relay in the Olympics, but not the individual race, which she was probably going to cook everybody. I'm going to shut up for a minute. Your thoughts on this, sir? And take your time. Your thoughts on this?
Um, it's 2021. Why are we still testing for marijuana? And the state that she got caught positive testing from is legal there. And also, I don't know if you heard, her mother recently passed, so that might have something to do with her smoking something. So, and everyone deals with their own trauma and pain in their own different way. And she didn't test positive for any performance enhancing drugs that would be deemed cheating, it's just THC. Why the fuck do we still care? It is 2021. Smoking a joint is not going to make me run faster. If anything, it might make me run slower. But, oh, but I, I, I don't get it, man. Like it's 2021, man. Like eventually, this will be legal everywhere, hopefully, and like that. And most other sports are usually lenient with it now, so it's not even a huge deal. That's where they're heading to. So I don't know why for the Olympics is a big deal. Like why, if she didn't test positive for anything else, why is she being suspended? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me, man. I won't even pull up the race card or anything. I don't know if you are or not, but it's just I don't like I don't know what to say. Like I say everything I could say. I don't get it. Like why are we still testing for that? That has nothing to do with performance.
I,
Whatever.
I,
Go
and
ahead. I got nothing. I got nothing.
okay. So something I learned about the law. There's a law, and then there's the spirit of the law. Now, if you jaywalk, is it against the law? It is. It is absolutely against the law. The pig can stop you, and sadly, as we saw, you can end up dead from jaywalking.
Yeah, that's true.
But the law is the law is the law. Law says you cannot jaywalk. Law says you can be fined for it. The spirit of the law, however, is where the common sense is supposed to kick in, right? The law, the rules clearly state if you have X amount of weed in your system, THC in your system, it is a disqualifier. I cannot argue that point. This is what the rule is. Right. This is what the rule states. You knew the job was dangerous before you took it.
But
okay. The spirit of the law, like it's one of those, yeah, it's a rule, but it's a stupid rule. And that goes with what you said. Like, I get it. It's a rule. It's a stupid rule. What point do we start asking about the rules? Now, excuse me. I've seen what I would consider, and this is unpopular opinion, the false equivalence of Miss Richardson to Michael Phelps. Ain't the same thing. It's not the same thing. Michael Phelps did get suspended, so on and so forth, but it wasn't right after. Excuse me. He was seen with a bong, big ass bong, not during the Olympics. Like, if he smoked weed and then outraced all of you and outswam all of y'all, that's a different conversation. And then it's like, but again, this is where again we got to start using some common sense here. Weed is not gonna make you faster. It's just not. It's not a performance enhancing drug. It's not like
it's not. Trust me, I know it's not.
I've seen I think I've seen reports of NBA players playing an NBA game high, which is amazing. Like, I don't think you can hoop high. I mean, for the record, I've never smoked or drank anything, cigarettes, nothing. That's just choice I made. That's what it is. So I've never been drunk, never been high, never even so much had a cigarette. I don't believe I know what it is to try to play ball just on the streets, regular at a competitive level. I couldn't imagine being high trying to play ball, let alone in the NBA. Like, wow. But weed, nonetheless, is not a performance enhancing drug. I have a cousin that has lupus. It is a great painkiller. NFL players have long since advocated use of weed as opposed to opiates, Vicodin, and everything else you've seen these NFL players get hooked on. So is it a rule? Yes. Is it a stupid rule? Also, yes. But I can't quite seem to figure out between all the articles I'm reading, is this coming from the USA or is this coming from WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency? Like, is this a USA thing or is this a global thing and where it's at? Because I do believe I have read several times in Tokyo, you can get up to 5 years of certain amounts of weed. So I don't know if this is coming from USA track and field only. I don't know if this is coming from WADA, Tokyo. I'm not quite sure, because if it is coming from the USA exclusively, Seth Rogen, comedian, noted that this is rooted in, a lot of people are playing the race card saying this is rooted in racism. And it's a hard sell because if a white athlete had tested positive, the same thing would happen. To say this is out and out racism against her is to give the implication that if a white track star had the exact same issue, they'd have just swept it under the rug. I'm not so sure that happens. I don't believe that happens.
Well, we won't know because we had to believe what they tell us. And as a matter of fact, do you believe it that they would do the same thing if a white athlete did? That's up for your personal belief. I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know.
okay, well, this is where we start getting ugly. If this was confined to just track and field, USA track and field, I believe it's possible. I'm not saying they would, but I believe it's possible. Or let's make it very real. If this were Michael Phelps, I believe someone somewhere would try to find a way to see if they can be swept under the rug. Would it?
So,
I
so
don't
you,
I don't necessarily believe it would, but I don't think for a second that one or two people in that room wouldn't say, "Hey, you sure?" So, because that's the America we live in. Let's not sugarcoat. When you look at college athletics, how many, and this is the harsh reality, I know a few women that have been on the wrong end of sexual assault by big time collegiate athletes, and it gets swept under the rug, right? So I have no doubt in a place where teachers make 40 grand, bums on an NBA bench make a mill or two. I have no doubt. And then you're talking about the America aspect, selling you on America. Oh, I have no doubt if this were Michael Phelps or something the caliber of, I don't know if necessarily would get swept under the rug, but I damn sure think somebody would think about it a little hard. I damn sure think, I don't know if it would happen, but I think somebody in that room would be like, yo, y'all sure? Yeah, you sure you want to do that? You just asking, just checking. We gonna do this? So that's what I'm like. I don't know if we get to play the race card here, but America's hatred for weed is definitely rooted in racism. That's Nixon. That's the war on drugs. That's all that nonsense. That's definitely racism. It should have never been a never. It should have never been a Schedule One drug. Anyone that knows about how marijuana works, minus the THC, you have CBD oils. Everyone, there's a shit ton of people taking CBD oil for pain, this, that, and the third. So you take the THC away, all of a sudden, weed's a miracle drug.
medical
So
marijuana. I wonder.
right, right. The very term medical, because there's no such thing as medical cocaine. There's no such thing as medicinal heroin. Like there is no there is no medicinal heroin. Like no, no such thing as medicinal heroin. Like like ooh, you got a backache. Let me just do a couple lines of coke. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. But and the Lone Star State, they're still behind the curve. A 6-year-old can pretty much buy an AR-15, but you can't get a weed card if you got lupus. Welcome to Texas. Welcome to Texas. That's just Texas being Texas. Like it's so goofy sometimes you gotta laugh. But no, I don't. And for one, a couple of points that I think are very important. One, Nike. I had a years long boycott of Nike between the sweatshop labor, between supporting the ball fraud Michael Jordan. I can't call him ball fraud anymore, but for a long time he was the ball fraud. No, I wouldn't fuck with Nike at all. It's literally been, I think, since the late 90s since I bought a pair of Nike anything. I've never owned a pair of Jordans. I haven't bought a pair of Nike anything since about 99, 2000, maybe. That's 20 years. But Nike got back in my good graces for their unabashed support of Cap. And Nike representatives have come out and said they support Miss Richardson still. And by the way, if anyone is not keeping track of the story, she smoked weed because she found out her biological mother died from a reporter, no less. Not like somebody sat her down behind closed doors and like, hey, I got some bad news for you. Found it from a reporter. We lose track of this is a 21-year-old woman, and if you know much about her, don't know a whole lot about her, you can tell she's had some very interesting twists and turns in her life. And the question we need to understand ask is, does she have what it takes in her emotional toolbox to deal with the loss like that in a way that us old heads and adults find? Because I hear a lot of that shit too. Well, you should know better. You should have known. You should have did. What if we found her OD'd in her hotel room? Then what?
Mm.
Because all this, you should have known better. You should have. Do you know how many emotionally unstable motherfuckers it is walking around right now? Can't cope. Stop, yo. I mean, just don't have the support system, or you have a support system, and maybe you don't have the tools in the toolbox to use the support system. Do you understand how lucky we are that all she did was smoke a joint?
Right.
Because that's the kind of news that I had you taking 66 pills.
Right.
So, but I keep seeing these old heads. I'm so disappointed. She just ruined all of her hopes. And most of you motherfuckers didn't know she existed until 3 weeks ago,
Right.
myself included.
Me too.
And I was happy for the sister. And we gonna call a spade a spade. She embodies what we, and I mean black folk, have adapted as this looks ghetto. She has loud flaming hair and long nails and blah blah blah. That's ghetto. Good for her, because to your standards, middle fingers to your warped ass white gaze beauty standard. She is awesome. So I'm like, she smoked a joint, and everyone wants to come down on her. I'm like, I'm just happy we didn't find her OD'd in her room.
Right. Like I said, everyone deals with grief in their own different way. And that's how she chose to do it in a legal state where it's legal. I mean, like, what more do you want? Because, like you said, it could have been 10 times worse. So, like, if I was them, I would give her a pass, dog. Like, come on, like, you lost some, she lost someone. I don't know how close they were, but you lost
Right.
somebody like that, and you're in a legal state. So if you just light it up one time for the one time, then you do what you gotta do. Like I said, I don't know why we're still testing for this stupid shit. Like she's not testing positive for crack or coke or any other stuff. She's not testing positive for any performance enhancing drugs, so she's not cheating. It's a freaking joint, man. It's weed, man. Who cares? It's 2021. Why are we still testing for this? Stop testing. Like jobs too. Other jobs, I don't know why you testing for this. Stop testing for that.
That's where it gets dicey, bro. Because I don't really want somebody driving an 18-wheeler full of hazardous materials high. I, mm,
Well,
you can't be
it
driving around with
depends.
hydrochloric acid high. Like I can't. You can't be driving a gas truck high. I can't.
Yeah, but I'm
Nah,
saying, but that you
nah.
want to know why it's stupid? Because okay, you can pass the drug test, but you can still get high afterwards. So with that logic, that's still stupid. Because I know plenty of people who still get high after the drug test. So it's not stopping you from still smoking, dog.
I see your
If you're
point.
gonna smoke, you're gonna smoke regardless. You just gotta do it, just not do it for one day.
I just, yeah. You know what? You're right. That's the real, the real. We get in this nice, comfy place where we think everything is everything. And no, you're right. If I get drug testing on Monday, I can blaze up on Tuesday. I can drive a whole hazmat, a truck full of hazmat, and yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You gotta. It's. I guess it's about the appearance of looking safe. I feel better knowing my truck drivers are drug tested. I feel better knowing that you're not driving around in a gas truck high. At least I think you're not high.
So yeah.
So yeah, you're right. You good point. Good point, sir. But I like that for by and large, Miss Richardson has gotten support. I forgot what you just said it, but they're talking about the mental health. Now, here's the thing. Funny how the turnaround has happened. You all right?
Excuse me. COVID. I'm good.
See that? Now, see, stop, stop. That was not. Apology to anyone who's lost anyone to COVID. This guy here, this
I
guy.
mean, I mean, no disrespect. It's just, I'm just being. It's a joke, man. Relax, relax.
Oh my God, I cannot. As I was saying, it's like just a minute ago, everybody wanted to roast Naomi Osaka saying my mental health matters. Just I swear to God, like last week, everybody wanted to roast Naomi Osaka. We're talking about my mental health matters. Now this happens, and it's like, well, the mental well-being of our athletes is it should have always been. Should have always been. The mental health of our athletes should always be, but something had to put somebody on. I think some people who've never played anything and went through anything can't understand that some people play these things to escape their fucked up reality. See, Steph Curry's dad was an NBA player. He got to shoot forever and ever and ever in the confines of a nice home, this, that, and the third. But T.O.'s story is a lot different. Shannon Sharp's story is a lot different. A lot of these dudes, a lot of these men and women, their sport is an escape from the crap in their real life. And I think we tend to forget that sometimes.
And you tend to forget that these are actual people. They're not robots. They don't just
Right.
do. I understand they're in tip-top shape and they're the best at what they do, but there's still a human element. They still have emotions. They still have a soul. They still have a mind. They still have a heart. So stuff that can affect a normal person can definitely affect them even more because media is heightened and everyone knows about their life and people follow them around wherever they go. So imagine you having a bad day and all you see is cameras and people following you around, ask for autographs, doing this, that, and the third. Like that can just be too much at times. So yeah, like I try to always see athletes as people, not gods. They're not God. They're people.
Right. Agreed. And it's like as much as there's a Steph Curry that was shooting 500 jump shots in their backyard because hey, my dad plays in the NBA and I want to be like that. There's another kid shooting 500 jump shots in his backyard just because he don't want to get his ass beat on the house. Just because you don't want to see mom get her ass beat by dad. Just because they don't want to be touched by the uncle. So it's like we gotta remember sports sometimes for some people is an actual escape from reality. And you don't always develop the other quote unquote healthier coping mechanisms. So while a lot of these clowns I'm seeing comment about shame on her and she should know better, blah blah blah. I'm happy she's still with us. I'm happy we didn't find her in a hotel room OD'd because it is just I'm gonna be a complete and total supporter of her from now until infinity. She didn't do anything stupid like marry amigos. Oh, I'm sorry, Cardi. But
There goes the Cardi fans. Barty gang. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I mean, look, yeah, that was just a bad idea. I'm sorry. I'm not a Migos fan. One, they're trash rappers. Two, just yeah, you a trash dude, yo. You then all said it's just a trash dude. Like as far as the fuckboy hierarchy goes, I think Future is still president. Nick Cannon is definitely coming in at VP. Nick Cannon is definitely, vice president of the Fuckboys of America. 4 baby mamas in 1 year. So yeah, Nick, you are definitely vice president. And somewhere in there is Future. I mean, somewhere in there is Offset. So yeah, you go through this entire thing, you lose Cardi, you go on this very public apologize to Cardi thing just to cheat again.
None of my business, man. I don't care.
It's officially not my business, but it's out there. And I'm just like, we listen, I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole and off topic, but as black men, we gotta hold each other, we gotta hold ourselves to a high standard and we gotta hold each other accountable. There is already the running belief that we ain't shit. There's already the running belief that the vast majority of brothers ain't shit. And we gotta break that. And the only way we break that is being better. And if you know, so if you got a homeboy that's an ain't shit homeboy, then it falls on you to try to check your ain't shit homeboy. Don't be out here hanging out with me and you ain't seen your kid in a month. I'll go see your kid, homie. We can do all this shit later. Go see your kid. Don't we got yeah, man. I'm tired of taking the L. I'm tired of being categorized by negative and not negativity and nonsense. So I'm like, yeah, while it is not my business per se, because this moron is out in the public eye, everybody don't cheat, everybody ain't trash. And I just don't need more. I just don't need more brothers out here being that. But last thing on the list. Speaking of ain't shit dudes, though, your favorite dad and mine, Bill Cosby, just got released. He fresh out. He fresh out. I mean, he came out all buff. I'm kidding. He ain't come out buff. But due to a technicality, Bill Cosby is out. I will not get into the legalese and legality of it much. You can find that yourself. The fact that he was released is not such a if as much as it is the reaction I'm seeing. So I'll lob it to you first. When you found out Bill Cosby was out.
Stupid. You said Bill.
My bad. My bad. Mr. Poison Puddin Pop. My bad. Oh, the jokes write themselves. The jokes write themselves. So you found out old Billy Boy was out. What'd you think, man?
I mean, I didn't really think any much about it. He got out of a technicality because technically, when he admitted to doing everything, they had a deal where he wouldn't serve any jail time, and then a new prosecutor came in and they gave him jail time.
Right, like nah.
So, I mean, by that, I'm not surprised. He wasn't even supposed to serve anyway. We just got lucky. So, like, I don't really care that he's out. Like, I mean, he wasn't supposed to be in anyway. It just happened. So, I don't know. You got people who are defending him and, saying that everything is a conspiracy and that the accusers are lying. And he just admitted to this stuff so he can not serve any jail time. And then you got the people saying, well, stop supporting a rapist or whatever, or just say that you enjoy women calling them all liars and all that. I'm not getting to any of that. I'm pretty sure you will, but I'm not getting any of that because I really don't care about any of that. I'm not on any side. I just like whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-woo. But like I say, he just got off a technicality. That's it. I mean, it's not much we can say. It's not much we can do. He's out. What do you want me to do? Go on his roof and snipe his head off or something? Like, what you want me to do? Want me to kill him or something? I don't. Like, son, like, he's a pervert. I mean, that's not going to change. What do you want me to do?
I'm just waiting for that. I'm just waiting for that fire diss track, yo. I'm like when Pac came home with all eyes on me and let everybody have it. I'm just waiting for that Bill Cosby heat. Know what I'm saying?
It's going to put you to sleep. When I write
you stupid
and the
you
I'm sorry, the jokes do write itself. I had to. Hey,
you stupid.
I'm done. I said everything I had
to say. Okay. I was gonna say, I can't even go back to that now. That's hilarious. I mean, get that Bill Cosby diss track going. I mean, the track from Heat Makers. Puddin Pops is back, but I think it's obviously it's been disappointing. As I said, reason number 109 why some black men stay losing. Like y'all literally riding with it. How do you claim conspiracy when old boy literally admitted it? Like before it's one thing. Son straight up admitted it. What are we debating? And but then it's like sad but true. I still know cats who listen to R. Kelly. Like, oh, it's R. Kelly. Ain't it? Right up until we pissing on your daughter. But I mean, I'm just saying, like this notion that this dude is untouchable. Like, listen, Bill Cosby is not Bill Huxtable. Okay, Bill Cosby is not free because he didn't do the horrible things we said he did. The horrible things he said he did. He's free off of legal technicality. That's how the system works, especially when you got a little more money. But that's how the system works.
Yeah.
Well, you can get your $2,000 an hour attorney. Funny how things happen for you. That's all I'm saying. Um, we don't need every accuser. We just need one. And what I mean by that is if you did it to one woman, that's one woman too many. That's it, and that's all. And it's well, he was going by NBC. I'd have still heard that bullshit, yo. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like, what does we gonna frame you? Is you gonna buy a news network, even though BET was around for how long? And and I get it. It's gonna be, oh no, my brother, you don't understand how deep it goes. Stop. Just stop. If you are, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give it to you straight. If you out here in these streets defending an admitted rapist, oh, that's the other one too. Well, everybody back in those times, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You did it. If you're the only one that got caught doing it, then yeah, that shows and that illustrates a problem in the system that everybody was out here passing out quaaludes and spiking girls' drinks, and you the one that got caught. That's a problem. That means A, it's a flaw in the system. B, you probably should have snitched. But I mean, if I'm in a room and it's me and four other dudes, we all passing out the quaaludes and getting chicks unconscious to do this, that, third, and I'm the only one that get indicted. I don't, because I wasn't in that room by myself. I'm just saying, Ronnie,
Stop
Bobby,
snitching,
Ricky, and
man.
Mike.
Stop
Ronnie,
snitching.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just nah,
Stop,
man, nah.
stop snitching, man. That does not. No,
Damn, how we all passing out the quaaludes and I'm the only one to get indicted?
that's tough.
How that work?
Stop,
How the
stop
feds
snitching.
at my door? How the feds
Nah,
at my door?
nah, man. Don't
I
stop
tell
snitching.
you what, I'm gonna get indicted on Monday and I'm gonna be home on Tuesday. I thought you got indicted. I did. Do 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 do.
Wee. Who they here for? Well, not me. I don't know.
How you get indicted and come straight home? We just, they ain't got no case. You know what I mean? No face, no case. You know what I mean?
This is you've gone off the rails, man. Get back on topic. You crazy, man. You're going off the rails.
No face, no case. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it's is there a flaw in the system? It absolutely is. Because if everybody was doing it and only Bill got caught, yeah, that's grimy. But if Bill wasn't doing it, Bill wouldn't have got caught.
Yeah.
Just. So no, you don't get. And some of these brothers ain't mad. They just mad because Bill ain't get to exercise any white privilege, which is kind of par for the course. Because in case you haven't noticed, Bill ain't white. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So nah, I'm Bill Cosby being home. That was the part that threw me too. His lawyer talking about it's a win for black people. I'm paraphrasing somewhere. It's a great justice for black people. Nah, don't put that on me. I don't want that. Keep that over there. Chauvin getting 22 years. I'll take that W. I'll take that W. And not only getting 22 years, but how to do 15 of them, that's a W I will gladly take. But Bill Cosby getting released? No. This ain't no You wasn't no political prisoner, dog. You wasn't Huey P. You wasn't Chairman Fred. You were old black dude that was using mushrooms to get ass. No, that ain't no W. That ain't no W for us. And like I said, if you think that's a W, you probably pumping R. Kelly in your spare time still. So you probably still ordering Mayweather fights.
I wonder, please.
But so yeah, Bill Cosby's home. If you one of them black folk that's out here caping for Bill Cosby, because Felicia Rashad about to lose her job over Howard now because she had to have some quote a great injustice has just been reversed, and you're a woman. Oof, you didn't think that one through. Ooh, social media didn't cause more jobs than HR ever could, boy. You couldn't. You didn't think about that before you tweeted that one out, did you, Claire Huxtable? But all
She
right.
ride or die for fun. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, you about to be out of a job at Howard if they get their way, and I can't say I'm mad at that because with all of these things, and not getting too far off topic, but with all things here, social media is a beautiful thing. And how many celebrities? All you had to do was shut up. Just don't say nothing. Just okay. Don't say shit. But you got to open your mouth, and here we are. And now you're about to lose your esteem, possibly lose your esteemed position at Howard University, as you should. Because as a woman, and I hope she hasn't been affected by touched by sexual assault. I wish that on nobody, no woman, no man, anyone. But you didn't think before you sent that out what that might mean for victims, and even to expand beyond Bill Cosby, what that means to victims worldwide. To see you caping for a dude that admitted to drugging women for sex. You know what that does to the credibility. You know what it does to women that are survivors beyond his. So yeah, that was bad. But yeah, Bill Cosby's home. Yay, not. All right. So we're gonna run it back recap here. Taking it from the top. Um Hunter Brittain. It's unfair. I'm sorry the pigs killed you. I hope this picks up more steam to the pig that killed him. I'm glad you no longer have a job. I feel no way about your life being threatened. I do hope no harm comes to your family because they did nothing wrong outside of be related to you, of which, of course, they had no choice. But yeah, wait, put one in the air for Hunter Brittain and or Brittain, whichever way I want to pronounce it properly. You should still be here, and that's the truth. Gwen Berry, I stand with you, sister. Middle fingers to their damn anthem. You keep turning your beautiful back on all these folk who got a problem. I'm with you. This half a year, I said it absolutely support you. Ms. Richardson, I hate that this happened to you. I hate that all of it happened to you. It doesn't make you any less fast. In fact, if we really want to take it there, you cook them girls high. How fast are you really? You burnt them with an alien system. But you have my unyielding support, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Um, and yeah, Bill Cosby. I mean, you home. That's all I got. And I guess the system works. Your
Puddin.
recap, sir.
Rest in peace to the young lad. Nobody should have to die, but sad reality is that more people that look like you are going to have to die for us to be to where we want to be. It's a worthy sacrifice, and I'm sorry it has to be that way. Gwen Berry, props to you. After the national anthem, after Pledge of Allegiance, all that. So we stand with you on that. Miss Richardson, It's a stupid law. I don't know why we're still testing for weed. It's really stupid. Like it's 2021. Hopefully by 2025, all this will be stupid and gone. And we don't have to worry about it no more. You can light one up then everywhere. And Bill Cosby, it's not much I can say. You got over technicality, dog. Like I mean, still a pervert. So it's like, I ain't gonna change. So I mean, that's all I got. Man, we didn't get to Pooh Shiesty. That's tough. Maybe next week. Stop snitching, people. Self-snitching is a real thing.
I'm about to say, snitching on yourself, you mean?
Self-snitching is a real thing. Stop snitching.
All right, so because I can't leave the people hanging like that. Long and short, real quick, Pooh Shiesty is this trash rapper. Yes, I said trash rapper. Who hopped on IG flashing some money, right? And apparently the feds zoomed in on the money and checked the serial numbers, which were connected to a robbery. If going to jail for no reason was a person, I can't even feel bad. I can't feel bad.
I don't. Not even a little bit.
If stupid was a shirt, they gave you an XL, bro. if stupid was a shirt, they gave you an XL.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. See, you need to get back to the whole stupid money phone thing, because at least with the whole money phone thing,
you can't.
Right, you can't see it. But no, you will sit here and have the money spread out like cards playing spades, and
stop snitching, everybody.
Stop snitching. On yourself. Oh, but like I said, if I'm in a room with 4 dudes and I get indicted only, anywho.
Yep, don't do any crime around him, people. Please don't.
Nah, don't, fam, don't.
That is all him. I have nothing to do with that.
Listen, if I get indicted on Monday and come home on Tuesday, you might, yeah.
Yeah, we about to lose some viewers, man. You promoting snitching on. Oh my god. Let's end it now before you just say something else.
But thank you all for tuning in yet again. Please, if you're following us visually on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. If you're listening to us on the listening platform, Spotify and everything, we appreciate your support. You are always rocking with us. Same bad time, same bad show next week. On behalf of the Yeah, I Said It podcast. Peace.
Yeah.